to my voice, I say thank you so much for choosing me. My name is Aisha Wells, and I'm in your company today, as promised, until 5 o'clock. So much to discuss today. So much to discuss today. We have guests coming in the 4 o'clock hour. As I mentioned to you yesterday, it's the dawn of a brand new program here on the Street 919 FM, the Afternoon Drive, where we set to bring a little bit of creativity to radio by highlighting products, services, persons who are skilled, persons who are entrepreneurs, persons who are in business, just starting out in business for a number of years, haven't really got that exposure. Then we're definitely going to be working with you guys in the next couple of weeks to put this program into perspective. So for those of you who want to be a part of the show, you know how to find me on Facebook. Feel free to message me and, of course, to book your spot. Yeah, like I said, we have an interview in the next hour. What I want to do in the first hour, however, to keep with the tradition, to allow you guys to call in and, of course, talk about the issues that's happening to the hour. I know so many of you want to get in on the program this afternoon to highlight what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. I personally am very ashamed by what I'm seeing on social media, to the extent where I had to talk about it early this morning in a not so calm manner. I am seriously concerned about the direction Trinidad and Tobago is heading if we continue to promote divisiveness on not just social media, but on the airwaves. You know? Yeah. Thank you. We have to find a way, Trinidad and Tobago, to move on from this election. We have to, as a society, find a way to deal with the issues that affect us. Whether it's classism, some say racism, social barriers, for want of a better word. We have to find a way to address our issues, plain talk, bad manners. And it cannot be that we continue to promote we against them or them against us. This is Trinidad and Tobago. What type of Trinidad and Tobago we intend to leave for our children? This country, in our national pledge, our what words, we boast of, rainbow country, national unity, that type of thing, but it isn't playing out on our social media. It's not playing out on the airways. That is not what the international public is seeing. I spoke to a friend of mine from Grenada this morning, and he told me he didn't know it was that bad. He didn't know it was that bad. I'm going to open up the lines, allow you to get in this hour, and of course, allow you guys to call in and share your views. Feel free to call us 342-0081 771-1791 466-5391. Let's go. Hi, caller, you live? Caller, you there?
Yes, yes, Ms. Aisha Wells.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay then. Yeah, Mr. Like I said again, I watching all the madness that's going on Facebook, and it is very upsetting. I thought that the election thing is over, but people are, I don't know, they're dropping some votes for certain group of people, particularly Africans. I mean, and all I can tell is my sort of Africans, all they have the voting power, the buying power to boycott. People need to come together and support of their own. If you find out that there's a certain business owner who is making racial comments on Facebook or any other media, please boycott their establishment. It is not nice. If we hold that we are the buying power, they will see how much they did the business to lose. Right? And with racism, I think the problem is these so-called religious leaders are kind of fanning the flame, and they're telling their supporters to vote this particular candidate in a certain direction. And I think that is the whole problem. I think the problem is that we have to start at the so-called mosque and the temples, and more or less at the churches. And I think people should have the right to whoever they want to vote for. And in fact, Maharaj has stated many months, I think the last year before, that you straight up between the votes, you can vote whoever you want. And that's all I have to say, actually. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. And I want to piggyback on what you're saying. Again, we have a lot of work to do as a society if we want to get over the problems that we face. We have to address it from the homes. In order to quell this situation, it has to be addressed from the homes. What's happening on social media isn't coming from the youths. It's coming from adults. It's a situation that is coming from adults. I'll take another call. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Arisa. Hello? Hello?
Caller, you there?
Yes. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you now. You have to speak up a bit.
Yes. Aisha, I am disappointed in particular, but this election have raised so many issues of race relations, where and it comes from one. Most of the times, 99% of the time, when you see an African person is respond, it's because he's responding to being attacked. He's being attacked, and then he must respond. The UNC through their leader have rooted their campaign in racism. The amount of times Dr. Rowley and the PNM does go on the back foot to defend and ask the political leader to talk to her people and ask them to stop trying to provoke the people who are not saying anything about them. The very last attack, it was so disturbing that the Prime Minister had to show some emotion because they had an advertisement giving an African girl. Are we still on?
Yes, we're on.
Yes, giving an African girl a banana, saying that she's so hungry. And that was not even the last straw. So when Kamala Persad-Bissessar come out with her dog whistle and tell her community that she's not conceding defeat, we are going down a very dangerous place. And it's one kind of ideology that is taking us down this place. This new Hindu supremacist movement that is being pushed in the Caribbean by the UNC and the PPP and the.
So, caller, 1 minute. Basically, what you're saying is this movement is one political movement causing this division across the Caribbean.
One political movement
across the Caribbean. That's what you're saying.
Yes, and it's from Guyana to Trinidad to Suriname. It's a religious organization that tells themselves they are superior to everybody else.
Caller.
And they have been pushing this narrative, especially when the chips are so high in election period. So people are coming out feeling emboldened to come out and support a particular narrative that stands on the backs of other persons. How and when did we allow this to happen as a people? And it is so emotional that we, the African community, who always have to be defending and trying to fend off attack from one group of persons. I want the PNM to also remember when the government is sworn in, eventually, because by tomorrow all these challenges to recounting seats will be over. When this is over, we must immediately put hate speech laws and deal with this thing
from a point of legislation, where when people make statements on social media, they must be held to account in a court of law.
Thank you so much, caller. Blessings. Okay, so let me see if I can put back some sanity to where this conversation should go. This is Trinidad and Tobago. I'm sitting that each one of our ID cards would have said Trinidad and Tobago, national. Where does it break down into African and Indian? I understand that I'm an African by ethnicity, but shouldn't we focus on Trinidad and Tobago? The majority of Africans in Trinidad have never been to Africa. The majority of Indians in Trinidad have never been to India. Where is the loyalty for other countries other than our own? Where is the love for this country? We all have to live here. And I don't care what happened under past leaders. They are responsible for what they have done. You know, whether it's the Satmaraj and the this one and the that one, they have to answer for their not unifying Trinidad and Tobago. But does that have to continue now in 2020 and beyond? Who is going to break the mold and say, you know what? Let us find a way to bring the people closer together. Is this line, this imaginary line, always going to be drawn when it comes to issues in this country that rears its head the worst around election time, because political parties obviously use it to mobilize their support base? But outside of politics, you're telling me there's nothing none of our leaders could do to address it or stop it? I refuse to believe that we are powerless with addressing this issue. And like I said, it has to start from the home. The acceptance for others who don't share your views and opinions, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's ideologies, it must start at home. You must teach yourself some level of tolerance. And again, as I said, it goes all the way back, not just with religion and politics, but the way how we treat one another. The blatant lack of respect for one another, the disrespecting the boundaries. The fact that we believe we can behave how we want to one another. Come on, man. Caller, your life.
Hi, Sherelle. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Hi, Sherelle. The way you're sounding is like you'd like to be the mediator of the races.
I don't think I want to be the mediator. I think I want to bring a sense of reasoning to the conversation.
Very well. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm saying to you, the Inshan Ishmael video will start the conversation because he is representing about his own people. He's in the media. My wife just urged me to call you. And I'm a light-skinned Trinidadian living in New York. All of a sudden, I start hearing them talking about brown brothers and sisters. The only country in the world where I know that you don't have just black and white people is South Africa. In South Africa, they say you have the whites, the coloreds, and the blacks. All of a sudden in the United States of America, since Obama, who mother white and his father African black, since he leave office and he represents, all of a sudden you start hearing, since 2017, brown brothers and brown sisters. Let me say this. In Trinidad, there is a race problem. Play the Inshan Ishmael video. Harvey Boris played the Inshan Ishmael video on Synergy.
Caller, I hear you. I hear you. Caller, 1 minute. Caller, 1 minute. 1 minute. I hear you about the Inshan Ishmael video. I have seen the Inshan Ishmael video. I heard the Inshan Ishmael video. Again, I don't know. I can be wrong. But sometimes when these things air their heads is because persons want to promote a particular agenda. I don't want to believe, and this is me, I do not want to believe that all East Indians in Trinidad and Tobago have the particular mindset that Insha Ishmael is referring to. I have lived in this country among Indians and Africans, Indo-Trinbagonians, Afro-Trinbagonians for years. And I have not had that level of racism displayed to me. I've had teachers in school that was East Indian. Doctors that attended to me in hospital or at clinics was East Indian. So, again, I'm simply saying something is amiss somewhere, and we have to try a way.
We're going to dialogue, right?
We are dialoguing. I'm just bringing a point.
Good.
And I'm saying something is amiss somewhere, and we have to find a way to bring it back.
Aisha Wells, you know very well, in this here United States of America, black people work in Caucasian people houses, and they treat their dog better than they will treat the maid who is seeing about their children and who is looking after all of their mighty precious earnings, their whole household that they have secured for years. A black woman will come from wherever in the world and work in her house and raise the children, and many a times they will treat the dog when the dog's sick better than they'll treat a black or African person. The subliminal message is loud and clear. And here's the point. I heard what you just said. You don't think all the Indian in Trinidad. They're my Indian brothers and sisters. However, let me ask you it this way. If I were to take a truck of boulders and throw it all the boulders at you, are you going to be able to figure out, well, which one of them is the good boulder? Because I'm throwing a couple of good boulders in the truckload of boulders coming. The point I'm making to you is, when you say it ain't all the Indian this and all the Indian that, the majority of them, that is why it is so important for you to play the ancient
all right, caller, thank you.
Video.
Listen off here. I understand there would be a race issue in the United States of America because of the slavery aspect of the culture of the country. All right? Before slaves were freed in America, they were property to the white man. But in Trinidad and Tobago, what could bring about a race issue between East Indians and Africans? I don't see the parallel. And again, me going based on a video that one man did who may have had, or may not, let me put it this way, may or may not have had an agenda. Why should I have to pick up a fire rage for somebody else's fever? I live here. I see Africans lining up for East Indian delicacies. We attend some of the same events together. We are neighbors. But only around politics time, this type of situation happens. And I'm saying, as adults, we need to take the bull by the horn and fix it. This is 2020. Are we going to allow our children to continue to live in a society that is so toxic? Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Yes, sir, got the feedback. Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hey, how you doing?
I was going to bag a little break, so I said, I'm calling. Aisha, you're in primary school, right? Somebody either felt a piece of paper or hit you a lash, right? And disturb the class. And when you turn and shoot at the person or pull back a lash or pull back the paper, then the teacher see you and beat the both all, yeah? That ever happened to you? Well, that happened to me in primary school, and I see it happen to other people. The person who instigate the whole bacchanal made the other person who wasn't in it or who, by circumstance get involved in it, get licks too and make other people get licks. I hate that. And here is the scene. After that, people comment, two black people, talk about levy pardon with the racism. You need to, many people need to have their comments on the stations and towards the people who instigate these things. Most time, African person does respond. And then when the response starts now, they just come with the dualistic comment. Oh, we need to live in love. Oh, we need to, realize that we have to live here together and stuff like that. But nobody ain't going directly to the source and to the beginning of where it comes. I think black people kind of fed up at that narrative right now. And I think right now people should call to book. You see like how they just urine on a PNM issue and talk about it for days. If it's $50,000 and they go urine and they call the contact and millions going and nobody has urine on the corruption that exists on the, with UNC and things. That's what's going on here right now. People need to focus on the people who instigate these matters because, all right, it comes like you're being in heaven and you're being good now. It's easy to be good in heaven. Stop focusing on, I don't think black people are really racist. We not really respond to racism, Aisha. And, you know, pouring that in we head, you're not solving the problem.
Okay, but I'm not just talking to you, though. I'm talking to all who is listening. I'm talking to the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm talking to YouTube. I'm talking to TuneIn app. I'm talking to people on Facebook. I'm talking to everyone. This is not directed to Africans alone. And
yeah, but the people who instigated not hearing you, Aisha.
Okay. Well, if the persons that are not hearing me, then someone will take the news to them. But somebody has to start the conversation. It can't be that you do me, so I do you back. Because we're going to be doing and doing back for a very long time and we will be getting nowhere as a society.
It's kind of like a response. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is that nobody focuses and zeroing in on the people. I'm talking about media on the whole. I'm not speaking about you. I'm talking about generally speaking. There's this kind of like it's a worldwide problem with African people. We have so much love and we had. Look, I always used to wonder. You see it with black people. Yellow jersey and red jersey and they're partying together. Congratulations to my African brothers and sisters. But you don't see that kind of response on the other side. They don't even change their vote. But yet still we have to get this. We done had the love already, you know. But we waiting for the love on the other side and nobody ain't going to them. Let me get somebody else a chance. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you so much. The lines are open. We continue to change your calls. We're shifting gears in the next hour. I have an interview. As I said, the purpose of this program, and I said it yesterday, is to create a new dimension. Is to create a new outlook. Is to move away from the negativity and to find a way to push Trinidad and Tobago forward in all the mess. So we're not going to be dwelling on negativity here, but I'm going to allow the conversation to soak in what we are really about. But in my humble opinion, I do not want to live in a country where there is constant back and forth between the two major ethnicities only around election time. It's sickening. It is sad. It is hurtful. The world is looking at us. The behavior is atrocious. And I think we have to take the bull by the horn and address it. And I'm not saying don't call out people when they make the remarks. Call them out. Call them out. Boycott their businesses if you have to. Fine. But at the end of the day, what is the solution? How are we going to prevent it from reoccurring? I'm going to go to the lines. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live. Good afternoon. Caller, you there? Not ready. Caller, you live. Good afternoon.
Ms. Wells, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Now, while listening to the discussion, you know, I think the mega question is that has racism just evolved? And I say not to say, Ms. Wells, is that, I mean, whatever you do, they'll always have the penals and the rowdy juniors and whatever the case is. But like you correctly say, the conversation has to change. Because it's clear on social media, and why I want to agree with the caller before a little bit. I'll give him a little 2 cents. African people generally, we are responsive or respond to certain stimulus. Generally, we are all inclusive people, Aisha. And I mean, why from? You understand, which is in the South area. Aisha, the African families will embrace, welcome our East Indian son-in-law. Aisha, could we say the same thing generally happens on the other side? You know? And we was having this discussion, me and some co-workers, and we even went back to the statement that was made by the deceased Satmaraj, Mr. Maharaj. And Aisha about the Tobago men. And what startled me is that prominent East Indians, even within the PNM, had nothing to say. So what that's saying to me as a young African person about these individuals who hold high position. And when I say high position, just imagine people who correct in a SDA, who in a HR panel to hire and fire, you know, who that surgical knife about to do a surgery that could probably be life-saving. I mean, I don't know where we need to start, but the conversation really has to start somewhere.
And I'm attempting to start it here today. That is the purpose of having this conversation now. As big people, sometimes we too sickening. The type of things that you're seeing taking place on social media and how people think it's okay to character assassinate one another without justice and without cause. It is sickening. And I think if that's the case, we need to pass laws then. Legislate it where we should arrest someone for making these kind of statements. If it's this bad, then we have to curb it. But it cannot be business as usual. It cannot be. It cannot be. That is not a developing country.
And what I'm saying, I think the Commissioner of Police has said something in relation to cyberbullying and cyber. There's some legislation that I could get the information and get back onto you with. But I believe personally, people should be held accountable, especially people who sit behind these desktops and these keyboards and feel it is okay or they want to normalize using derogatory statements against a particular ethnicity. And you can just go on social media and you'll know what I'm talking about. And why I have to bring it back to the politicians, Ms. Wells, you don't see the opposition side ever condemning these statements. And I'll go back to the Mr. Mahal statement. He's a prominent man within the East Indian, within the Hindu community. And not even Indians, East Indians, in the PNM had anything to say about it. So what that's saying for me, what that's telling me, it's okay to use derogatory statements, and then for Carnival now with a jump and wine and, So I think legislation should be put in place. Once we can verify the user on these accounts, start letting people pay for the good. That's just me. How about you?
Thank you so much. Let's see who else is there. Caller, you live.
Yeah, I say good afternoon to Aisha Wells.
How are you doing, Kingsley?
And let me say, oh my gosh, may the African gods protect the last comments of that gentleman. I want to repeat your statement. Because some of us will not understand it. You ask the question because the spirit know you was coming. I was coming after you. You ask the question when the East Indian in this country make statement. Where is the East Indian PNM? The East Indian PNM to distance themselves away from these East Indian who racist in this country. Oh my gosh, you make me cry early.
Yes, start already. You ain't even start to talk good yet.
No, make me to cry early because the African gods are working in him. He make me to cry. And you see that UNC. He is not a UNC. Oh my gosh, brother. They make me want to cry. They make me to cry, my brother. Because Aisha Wells, you hear he ask the question and they don't understand it. They come to Cross Kingsley. Aisha never come to Cross Kingsley. Aisha Wells, the question he made today, who is Junior Sammy? Who is Calco? Calco remain getting contract. My problem is Aisha Wells. Under PNM UNC, the Chinese community will benefit. Oh my gosh. Aisha Wells, under the UNC or the PNM, the East Indian community, there can be a PNM Indian, there can be a UNC Indian. Oh my gosh, Aisha Wells, they go still.
But Kingsley, you're doing the same thing that is causing the problem. You're bringing politics into it. No, politics is part of the problem.
Politics, Aisha Wells. It's not politics, Aisha Wells. Because the African community, Aisha Wells, is below the ladder. And the African PNM is not seeing that. Aisha Wells, I do not like racism at all. I want to distance myself and condemn that business people and them who made these racist statements against the African community in this country. Because the African community been nice to these people them over the years. They've been supporting them. They've been giving the churn them juice. They've been giving the churn the punch. And I think as a business person, that was definitely wrong. And I also join in the boycott of buying that punch and that juice. Because Aisha Wells, I have to understand, no matter I on the other side, I have to listen to all the voices in this country. And I cannot see a big business community like that, who 99% is Africans who support the business. And I think today, yes, I'm going there because I do not like a racist. It can be an African, it can be an Indian. I'm going there. Your business space supposed to be shut down and cancelled from this country. You shouldn't have no company again. I am sorry. I know you might have some African in blood, but it could be a family, it could be a sister. Only keep that away. Only cannot come in the public domain as a business community and make that kind of statement. Nowhere in the world you're building. This thing, Aisha Wells, nowhere in the world you're building. This thing, Aisha Wells, is a disaster for any country. And Aisha Wells, I want to distance my political leader. People say, oh, yes, Kingsley, yes, I must bring in our, because I know they're going to say, that is Kamala supporter. That person might be
You said it had
supporting.
nothing to do with politics, but there you go again.
Aisha Wells, listen, Aisha Wells. That person there might be supporting the UNC, but that's not the views and the vision of the UNC and our political leader, Aisha Wells. So I want to distance myself and my political leader and the party from that business family and people named Aisha Wells. I am senior today. I'm balanced.
You know, it's amazing. You just go from crying to talking normal in less than 1 minute.
Because Aisha Wells stop me. Every comment come on, every see my water. If see me, everything when I come on, Aisha Wells.
Kingsley, I feel you seriously need help. You know, you think it's kicks? I want to dedicate a whole day to assist you. I feel I might pass and pick you up, you know, and carry you for counseling. No, serious thing is my neighbor, and I don't want to see you go through this.
No, I do not want you to lose the point. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He start again.
Aisha Wells, over the years, Aisha Wells, I listen to Morgan Job at mornings and at evening, and he tell us about the PNM. I see many Africans calling and they're attacking, they insult him. I listen to the King of Talk over the years tell us about these PNM supporters. They're calling, they're attacking. Aisha Wells, I am saying this afternoon here, I am the spirit of the rebel, of Gladiator. I am the spirit of the rebel of Morgan Job. I am the spirit of the rebel of Brother Shabbos. I am the spirit of the rebel of Chubby. Oh my God.
All you feel is cakes. I'm seriously trying to get help for him, you know. If anybody know a psychologist who loves a challenge, message me it now. This is not normal. It's not normal behavior. Caller, you live.
Hello.
Yes, good day to you.
Yes, I just want to are you close by to a computer?
Yes, I'm close to a computer.
All right, I wanted to go to Wikipedia and go and research something called the CD. SIDDI. The CD.
Okay, go ahead. I'll do it, but continue your contribution.
Right. All I can tell you that it refers to a group of African people who live in the subcontinent of India, and you'll see how they are treated. You could even research on YouTube too how they are treated, and compare that with how the caste system is in India, and compare to how some people, you know, with a religious position still using the caste system as something of superiority, and you'll understand how they treat the CD in India. So I want you to go and research CD, and people who listen to the could go and research on the Wikipedia and see how India treats the CD people. Okay?
Thank you so much. Caller live, good afternoon.
Aisha Wells,
Yes, caller.
you're going to cause me not to get any supper tonight. and no loving. My wife is a very, very serious woman. She's one of the few women who can practice law in the United Kingdom, in Trinidad, and here in the United States. And she's telling me and urging me and asking me to ask you, what is the reason why you do not wish to inform the people adequately so that you can build this conversation in the way that it needs to be built? Satmaraj had a daughter. The daughter was in love with an African male. Satmaraj objected vehemently to that relationship. His daughter committed suicide over that. Ancient Ishmael is saying that he, as an Indian person, being born in our rich country of racial diversity, he is an Indian. He is a media person. And he says that he fortunately went to school amongst African people, and that the Indian in Trinidad is Indianizing their children. What is the reason why you are attempting to say that?
What am I attempting to say, caller?
Sort of motive.
I said I don't know. He may or may not have an agenda. But I'm saying to you that
and
because...
Listen, hold a second here. If you believe that you don't know, it means that you have to give the person who is speaking the benefit of the doubt, because he is a credible person just like you are.
And I'm saying to you, I have heard the video. I don't know if you heard that, or would you like me to talk to your wife so I can explain it to her?
There are many persons who have not heard it.
Well, I'm sure they can, caller, listen, I'm sure they can search in Sean Ishmael's page and they can find the video. I am not about bringing back up that situation. What I want to do is to find a solution to the problem. And that is what I'm attempting to do now.
My wife is saying to me...
Do you want me to talk to your wife? You want to put her on the phone?
I can put her on the phone.
Go ahead, I would like to talk to her.
She's going to tell you. Honey, the Wells girl, she wants to speak with you about the video. My wife wouldn't want her voice to come across.
No problem. Thank you so much. Listen off here then, to your wife who's listening. I don't want to bring back up something that has already been said, especially by someone who has their own radio program. And Sean Ishmael can do a good job of defending himself and what he has said. What I would like to attempt to do is to change the narrative going forward. How do we address the situation? And my suggestion is, my dear lady, that we start at the homes so that it doesn't trickle out into the schools, that it doesn't trickle out into the streets, and we can fix it via the society. I don't understand. What about that is hard to understand. I do not want to be part of the mob that is causing this chaos that's happening currently on social media. I don't want to be one to choose a side in this rab. I want to be the one to say, listen, there is something happening. How can we fix it? And I'm hoping that our leaders take this same road. I'm hoping Dr. Rowley take this road. I'm hoping Prasad Bisesa takes this road. And they talk to their bases and we try to fix the situation, but it cannot be business as usual. It cannot be business as usual. Trinidad and Tobago too small for it. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Race is something taught. I could remember when I was very young, about 19 or 20, a little child, an Indian, used to pass and call me and tell me stinking nigger. Race is something taught by the parents. It has nothing to do with election. It's just showing up more and more because Kamala Prasad Bisesa, they encourage all the race things on Facebook. She have never got up and said, all you stop doing that. That is terrible to do to people. How people they feel. So nothing wouldn't change by you saying that. They have to want to change it. We are not racist. They are racist. That is what I have to say.
Thank you so much. And I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I sympathize with what you're saying. And again, I call on the leaders. This has to be something that the leaders have to fix. The leaders have to fix this. They do. But sometimes I think it's encouraged in order to promote their own agendas, whether it's politically or otherwise. But it cannot be business as usual. Are you comfortable with what you're seeing happening on social media? Are you comfortable with the direction the place is going in? We don't want to start a race war in this country. Do you understand what starting a race war in this country means? In some countries, how bad it is. Persons' houses are burnt. You know, people are killed. That is not us. It has never been us. How do we address the situation? I'm going to go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, good afternoon, Aisha.
Hey, how are you doing?
I think one of our problems is that we are naive, you know. Our people, we don't accept and believe things. You understand? You see what a lady said just now? I am living proof. About 40 or 50 years ago, a little child, about 4 years old, we used to play cricket with their parents. We used to line, go in the river, beat and sort of thing. And I am walking down the road. They live right on the road. And I am walking down the road. I'm talking about 40, 50 years ago. And a little child could watch me and say, look at nigger. Tell me that a 3 to 4 year old. Who teach that child that?
And again, that's what I said. It had to come from the home.
Well, right. So this is, and that child today is an adult.
And that is why I'm saying it has to be, the fixing has to start from the home. I've been saying this.
Yes, and let me tell you something. You see, African people, as I say, we are too naive. We just take things and understand and don't believe whatever we're hearing. This what is going on here. I am glad it's social media. You know why? Because it's in them. It's part of them. And they're hiding behind it all the time. But the social media, they feel you wouldn't see them. You understand? So they could talk. So they put out on the media now. And people are seeing the truth. This is who they are. They can't get away from that. Imagine you have product selling and you telling me what you put in your product. And I can show you a clipping of that years ago. I still have it home. Really nasty. You see that they're putting doubles. I have it home still. You understand? To enhance the sale and these sort of things. But we are a gullible people, and that's our problem. Until and unless we learn to understand that we have to come together and deal with things as it is, we will end up in this kind of state. You sell a product and you tell me what you're going to put in your product. There was a member of parliament, I think he died now. You remember what he said? They should do the woman of Lavender take out the woman, all this sort of thing, castrate them, or not castrate them, tie the woman, all this sort of thing, so they wouldn't make children. You see this one come back and say the same thing. This is better than them. But you see, you could talk to us how you want, we wouldn't listen. But you know what I'm doing right now? I'm talking to people that I meet, especially young people, boycott their product. That's what I am doing. Boycott the product, but they are not tasting it. And this way, unless we reach to this point of understanding, you understand, they will always think that they could do us what they want. You go in a place to buy parts. You know what they do? They sell you at one price, they sell you at another price. You understand? They come back again, right? There are places that, and you know, they're very dishonest. You go into places, you buy something for them, they give you the goods and they don't give you a receipt, you know. And a lot of people don't demand a receipt because you know why? When they don't give you a receipt, they do not pay. You understand? The tax to the government. After that, government start to go around in these places and make sure they pay tax. You understand? They're very, very dishonest. Very, very dishonest. But we are too gullible. We accept everything on the face value. Come Diwali and the end of the day. You see us line, big line, 3 o'clock in the morning to go and buy what bus for shot. Understand? Yeah, look, let me go. I'll get so let me go. How about Aisha?
Thank you, my darling. Okay, so send those messages. I'll read them. Sean says, hey, Aisha, I'm 100% in agreement to find out where it all started of late. The issue about racial banter for the result of destruction and anarchy. That's a tactic that was used by the slave master called a distraction. In political terms, today, gaslighting. Caller, texter, I hear you. I'm saying, in my years of observation on media, and it's 13 years now, that this race issue happens every 5 years. It probably goes on in between, but it's not as blatant as every 5 years. And it's encouraged to some extent to draw a line. So you hold on to your tribe and I hold on to my tribe. But I'm thinking in 2020, is that the direction we want to go? We all have to live here. We all have a right to live here. Why should we be, and those of us that don't want to be part of that type of mentality have to live in a society where it's this bad? Come on, man. As I said, if you choose to and you want to boycott businesses that you think you need to boycott, that's fine. It's your money. You spend it where you want to. It's your choice. But as a result, can we find it in ourselves to address the racist attitudes from our homes? I'm talking to everyone here, not just the Africans. To the East Indian community, if you are guilty of it, address the situation, because it could not mean well for you. It can't mean well for your family. It can't mean well for your business. But if we all have to live here, then we have to coexist here. And I would hope that we would want to do that peacefully. What is happening now is unacceptable. I'll take a few more. Caller, you live?
Good day, Aisha.
How you doing, Jamal?
Yes, I day hanging. I listened to that gentleman just now. You really have to look for some help in, eh? No, he have a thing.
I'm looking. If I tell you I'm looking, I'm seriously looking.
Aisha, he from one station to the next and crying.
All over the place, you know?
For 2 minutes. I'm crying.
On every radio station he doing it, you know? I don't understand it at all, Jamal.
According to him, oh my God.
I don't understand it. Everywhere you go, you just breaking down that's not normal.
It's a friend.
It's my neighbor. Go get some help for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get some help for him.
If he building the house, I want him to live in it. The kid can't live in it if he in St. Anne's.
Aisha, I heard you said yesterday that with the children and the books, they're going down to 50.
Yeah, well, I had no other choice, Gemma. My sponsor's pulling out on me last minute.
I would help you with 20 more children.
Well, I appreciate it, because I know last year you sent me some stuff and I was very grateful for it.
Yes, because you know what really happened? I'm not doing any this year.
Okay.
And I have some good sponsors. I will talk to them and I will get.
Well, that's nice. Call me, Gemma, at 30 seconds.
For 20 more children, okay?
Thank you. So we'll do 70.
Right, okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Gemma.
Okay.
All right, goodly people. I'm going to go for that break. I want to thank those of you who have contributed to the Back to School drive thus far. We're still a long way to go. All right, I'm going to go for that break and we'll be right back. Stay with me.
They talk. You talk. Come talk with us. On the street, 919 FM.
What are you sleeping on? Did you know that you may be sleeping on dead skin cells, dust mites, and bodily fluids? Do you suffer with aches, pain, stiffness, and other sleep disorders? Studies show that you should replace your mattress every 7 to 10 years for better health, better support, and a better night's sleep. Visit a sleep center today at Quartz and find the perfect mattress for you. Quartz, bringing value home.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Join Wayne Delamore on Wednesdays from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. right here on the Street 919 FM.
It's not just books and stationery to think about this semester. You need to invest in your eyesight. Get ready to go back to school with A+ eyewear from Value Optical and Trin Optics. Save from 30 to 50% off each complete spectacle for you and your family. Ensure that your eyes are protected with the best in lens technology and quality frame designs this semester. Conditions apply. See in store and online for more details. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Enagic change your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Sharing your goals, helping you find your place in the world. Eastern gratitude, holding your hand, leading the way, here for your needs, making sure that you succeed. Eastern's lending a hand, Eastern together, we're leading the way. Eastern Credit Union, leading the way.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Every child is incredibly intelligent. Parents, reach higher. Be stronger. Join Olive Rescraft, producer of the IBG line of educational products, right here every Thursday morning at 11:15. Get the genius out of the children. Hear how you can work with the IBG phonic program and see your children learn at least 200 times faster. Remember, IBG guarantees rapid progress for champions to turn this nation around. It's right here on 91.9 FM every Thursday morning at 11:15. For more info, call 336-3896 or 725-READ.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at O'Neill Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
Here's your opportunity to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly and guests as they lead in worship ministries of the Word and Prayer. That's every Sunday at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to midnight on the Street 919 FM, where we deal with today's issues from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. You'll be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Your life and family will never be the same. You are welcome to visit our website, www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Like us on Facebook. Your financial support will be greatly appreciated. Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank. You can contact us at 753-1113.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us.
The Street 919 FM.
News from the Street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 3 p.m. news update on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Police have detained one of their colleagues in connection with the abduction, beating, stabbing and rape of an 18-year-old Venezuelan woman. The young woman was on her way to San Fernando to sell empanadas when she was attacked and left for dead in some bushes. A video posted to social media shows the young lady getting into a white vehicle. Investigators believe the car belongs to the policeman. The teenager is said to be in stable condition at hospital. In other news, the Elections and Boundaries Commission has temporarily closed its Aparia office after a staff member came into contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement shared via its website, the EBC said staff members at that office were instructed to self-quarantine at home after secondary exposure to the virus. The EBC apologized for the inconvenience and said it was advised of its reopening. It will advise of its reopening in a subsequent release. Finally, the Tunapuna police station is currently closed and in the process of being sanitized after another officer has tested positive for COVID-19. At least 9 officers from the police service have now tested positive for COVID-19 over the last 3 weeks. Inspector Gideon Dixon, who heads the Police Service Social and Welfare Association, urges officers to exercise caution while conducting their duties, as it was now evident that the COVID-19 pandemic was here. And that was the 3 p.m. news update on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Stay tuned for major news coming up at 4. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
News from the Street. 919fm.com.
Father God, it's me again. Father God, it's me, your son again. I know them a blow breath in a man. Warm today, go this time. Father God, I make them fight me so hard. I lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the hope ya work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the hope ya work at them get no reward. No. You see them sit down and a fight against me thing. Me laugh. I see him with Judas and him friend them did fight against the king. Read the Psalms and realize I know nobody them. Them a try set me up with this body them. Successful life that I bother them. Power up and kill the snake pan the ladder them. Father God, I made them fighting so hard. A lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the
All right, so as my guests get themselves organized for the interview, I want to read some comments, and they're coming fast and furious on my Facebook watch party. So, Patrick Sylvester says, Aisha, I came in late on the live, heard about the back to school drive. Can I get some more information? So, Patrick Sylvester, please check out my Facebook page. All the information is there. You can see videos of the last back to school drive as well. And I'll inbox you later on as well to update you. Chris Ram says the race was never changed unless we as individuals want to. It is like domestic violence, a norm. When you see some family members beating one another and nothing is being done, the next generation picks it up. Change starts with us. And both sides of the politics show this. What do you expect from the people? We in the country are not our leaders. We are followers. My 2 cents. You are your child's mentor. Thank you so much for this, Chris. Louise Otley says, what that guy said about the doubles is true. As I said before, I could say a lot. I live amongst them. It's coming from the home. Some East Indians are not nice. All right. So as I put an end to the race talk for now, we can pick it up again on the other side. I want to introduce my 2 guests in the studio. I'm really, really, really happy to start this particular program because it takes away from all the noise. And when I say noise, I mean madness of the election. Bringing a sense of positivity to the country, changing the narrative, and of course, bringing in fresh ideas, persons who are interested in networking and business. Moving away from the politics and the race talk, I want to introduce my 2 guests inside the studios. A very special good afternoon to you, ladies. How are you?
Pleasant afternoon to you as well, Aisha, and all the listening audience. I know my voice is not a stranger to this station, so thank you for having us, Aisha. And I brought along with me one of my associates. Actually, she's working with me, not just giving information, but actual, she's in the field. Yes. Excellent. So I have with me, I did not introduce myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You just said your voice
famous. Yes. I am Nicole Huggins, and I'm from Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins and Associate. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road in Barataria. So I'm here with Dr. Sarah Roberts, and we're here not to bring new things pertaining to the world, but new things pertaining to health and wealth lifestyle, where we will add benefit to our clientele. Because what I've recognized, Aisha, is over the years being in this type of business, we have been having success, but for me, not enough success. Understand. So I will do everything within my power, the right things, that is, to make sure that people get benefit, people get result where their health is concerned. A lot of us are suffering. We suffer in silence, we suffer emotionally, we suffer mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's where Dr. Sarah Roberts is here. She is a doctor in traditional Chinese medicine. So I've added value to health and wealth lifestyle. So
I want to hear about this. I'm
intrigued. It is a pleasure to introduce Dr. Sarah Roberts to you.
Good afternoon to you, Dr. Roberts. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Speak up a bit. Your mic is really soft.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, good day.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me on this program. Thank you for bringing me along, Nicole.
You're welcome. And of course, welcome to the Street 919 FM. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So, as Nicole said, I'm a doctor of traditional Chinese medicines. Coined as TCM. Traditional Chinese medicine deals really from an energetic point of view when it deals in healing. It deals from the point of... So I'm not loud enough, so... All right. Is that much better?
Yes, it's much better.
Okay. So TCM, as it's coined, traditional Chinese medicine, it comes from the point of actually dealing from an energetic point of view, where your body itself is a whole energy field. And what we do is stimulate that field. We stimulate that field from different aspects. So we use acupuncture, we use different types of herbal tea, we do different types of massages, different techniques of how you stimulate that energy and bring it back into well-being into your body. Your body is a whole energetic field, and once it's out of balance, you're not well.
I want to tell you that I've seen some of the videos on YouTube, of the
Facebook.
touching therapy and person swearing by it. So it's really something to have you explain.
Yeah, so just as people go for a massage really is touch therapy. And just having someone hand on your body, you feel relaxed, you feel comforted, you start to feel well. Because what it does is bring back that energy back into alignment, because most of the time we are so, half of us are outside and the other half is inside. So having those type of therapy is what brings us back into alignment with our true nature of ourselves, because we don't recognize that we are actually part of this environment, and the environment is part of us. And once we are not in alignment with the environment and ourselves, we become sick.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes.
So what the method attempts to do is to bring you back into that alignment.
Yes.
And then the healing happens.
That's right. So that's why when you look at anything from a holistic point in Chinese view, you see the symbol of the yin and yang, because it tells you that is the balance that goes with life. Once that is out of alignment, you are out of alignment, you are sick. You're not well.
Yes.
So what type of illnesses can you treat with this?
Treat any sickness under the sun.
You mean anything like cancer, HIV,
Anything.
etc.?
Anything. Some things are something. I'm not here to profess cure, but I'm here to tell you that well-being is the key to it.
Yes. Interesting. So talk us through what a normal procedure is.
Well, in order for me to know how I'm going to treat you, first you have to be diagnosed. So I need to sit down with you. I need to take your record. I need to hear what are your experiences, what the symptoms that you're having, and then we take it from there. I do a body examination. There are certain points that I touch on your body to know if there's pain, if it's tight, if there is sluggishness, and then we take it from there.
Yes. you look like you.
Yes. I look at some of the videos.
You look
and
shocked,
I hear
Aisha.
people swear by it, but you know, society is tricky sometimes. So you wonder, I wonder if this person is paid to say that, or if it really works. So it's the first time I'm actually getting to talk to someone who practices it.
So your tongue tells a story, your pulse tells a story, your face tells a story, your whole demeanor tells a story of your well-being. Just how you sit, sometimes just by keep sighing, it tells a story. It tells how the energy runs. It tells which organs.
Well, I could ask for a freebie.
Most
My
definitely.
face, tell me. Off the bat.
When your skin is really clean, so it tells me that you have good flow, your energy is strong, you have good energy in your heart. There's a little darkness around your neck, right? So it tells me that there's issue in your reproductive areas. So we need to deal with that from a different level. It could be.
Yes. Yes, Aisha.
She's that good?
She is very, very, very good. And I must say that I've gone through, I always talk about health in a way that I treat people. I take care of people every single day of my life, Aisha. And having someone as a professional and know what they're doing as Dr. Sarah, I am satisfied with the work that she's doing with me. Yes, I am doing therapy as well because I need it. I always tell people it doesn't matter who you are under the sun, you are not going to get away from anything because I'm exposed to the same amount of toxins as everyone. I'm exposed to the same amount of stress level in my home, in my business as everyone. And some of us, sometimes we fail to deal with it in a particular way and it affects our body negatively. That's where we become sick. So I myself, Dr. Sarah is treating me. I'm doing some acupuncture session. I did some gua sha sessions. And
tell me about the different sessions.
Yes,
acupuncture session. What is that?
Okay, so when she say acupuncture session, it's in terms of a treatment, it's not a one-time treatment. So you need to come in to be evaluated, but one session does not be the answer.
Okay.
So we need for you to come back in. So how I work it, first I want you to come in very close. So for the first month would be on a weekly basis. Depending on how I'm seeing you progress, then we will say maybe we'll do it every fortnight, or we can do it quarterly, and then we move on to once a month until your treatment is done, until the desired result is what I'm looking for, is what I say. Well, here, what this course of your treatment, what you came to me for, it is, you have seen the benefit, we no longer need to continue.
Yes, and it's like that. So you see, adding supplement or supplementation is very, very important in our field, what we do and how we deal with every client that comes in. So we add supplementation to our treatment, and having a wonderful, amazing package for 4 weeks, 1 month after your first evaluation. We have a 1 month package where you get to save hundreds of dollars. Yes, because every session we take off money, so that you can, it can be affordable, because many times what we have noticed in society, and I've been in this business for a while now, is that people cannot afford treatment, and we have made it affordable via supplementation and via our treatment coming out of Dr. Sarah. That's where she performed these things. And you asked about acupuncture. Most persons will be scared. I, being a nurse, Aisha, I am scared of needles. I've had a few sessions done. It is not very
So this is the
painful.
session where they put needles in you?
Yes. And it's not, someone called me today, Dr. Sarah, and they say, okay, acupuncture. And they just, just want to know the price and stuff like that. But I cannot just tell someone the price for something and they're thinking that they're coming to get something. You must be evaluated, as Dr. Sarah said. You must be evaluated so she can know where to stick the needle. She can know what channel is blocked. She should know what channel that needs to be unblocked. Right? And when we talk about channel, we're talking about your natural flow, your body's natural ability to flow properly so that you can function properly. And even me being in this business, I talk a lot about eating. I talk a lot about mental issues that we might be faced with. And it is a fact. It is a fact that we are challenged with all of these issues surrounding us on a daily basis. Right? This is why she is in my business, my area. We have discussion about it before, some time before, eventually COVID hit. And we have had we have not even gone into our true business arrangement.
Yes.
But what happened is that for the past 2 months, or month and a half, 2 months, for the past 2 months, what I've seen is the result coming out of a therapy, right? We give
On yourself?
On myself, and not only on myself, on my clients, my customers. It have persons who are severe, who have severe arthritis issues, symptoms, I should say. And by Dr. Sarah doing acupuncture, sometimes she does smoke therapy, which she's going to get into a bit. She does smoke therapy as well. She does the gua sha, that's scraping, and she also add cupping to it, which, most of us will know what is cupping. Right? Do you know about cupping? No. Okay, well, she's going to explain that as well.
Okay.
And she add all of these technique to your treatment, but first she needs to evaluate you. First, we need to evaluate you. And from coming out from me, I need to see how your blood flow.
Okay.
Because then I would need to give you something to bring alkalinity to your body, to unclump your blood, to unstick your blood so that it can flow properly. So when the channels are open, your blood will be flowing through properly. So that's why it's added and it's needed.
It's a tag team.
Yes, it is needed to fix people's situation, to invigorate one's body so that it can flow properly. And healing can take place. Because I tell people, we don't heal anybody. The body has its natural ability to heal itself. So once you give the body what it's needed, the body is going to do what it was designed to do. So Dr. Sarah, I know that I'm not the one that interviewing you here, right? But if you can go in a little bit about gua sha and cupping, so all the therapy that you do at Health and Lifestyle.
And let me just say before you even start, Nicole was a guest on this program at another place last year. So what this program aims to do is have a report and review. Okay. So whatever the product or the service is, I try it. and then I give a review on it.
Okay.
So we give a review honestly to the listeners, and of course, by giving a review, we do it on social media and, you know, via the airwaves. It brings a sense of comfort to persons listening, because you can say anything, but the person who they have
Actually
a level of
experience in it.
experience and
Yes.
trust in that they listen to every day, saying, but you know, this thing really works.
Right.
It brings a different angle to it.
Right.
So I just wanted to give you an idea
Right.
of where we're going. So, give or take, I'm going to be trying one of your sessions.
Wonderful.
One of them and giving a review.
Right.
Yeah? Go ahead.
All right. So, techniques as gua sha and cupping, they are techniques that they are ancient techniques. They're old techniques. And one of the things that gua sha does, gua sha, sha means red. So, they would scrape the skin until it becomes very, very red. But it's done at certain channel on your back. And it is done to stimulate fresh blood, to alleviate pain. It is good to rejuvenate all the cells in your body, for the organs to be functioning properly. So it is something that they did in the ancient time for preventative measures. Because it was for farmers, for women after having babies, they would have these treatments and they would keep them healthy. And this treatment actually has been improved in the sense of where it is used now in medicine. So it is used a lot for sports enthusiasts who has chronic back pain, people who use their hands a lot, whatever type of work they're doing that they use their hands a lot in. Gua sha is very beneficial. Different types of ailment, even people with high blood pressure, a gua sha treatment can help bring down that blood pressure. We can use it for infertility, together with supplementation, with acupuncture. It depends how the treatment goes. So gua sha is used on all these different terms. Cupping is another old technique. It is used to move wind from the body. It is move blood. It is to help with pain. It is to help to invigorate certain parts of the body that is tired. It helps remove swelling. And right now, it is one of the things that the Olympics is using in all the athletes.
Interesting.
Yes, it is a natural treatment.
So after...
So the question I'm being asked by some of the listeners online, does this work along with regular treatment? For some who's at doctors, are they encouraged to continue their medication, or do they stop when they come to you?
Of
No,
course.
so they continue regular
Yes,
treatment. This
yes.
is an addition.
Yes, yes. These are all additional treatment to aid in helping the body to heal itself. Yes, because as Nicole said, the body has its own natural ability to heal. It's just that sometimes the body is so clogged up that it cannot do the thing that it is designed to function. So these are added attraction.
Okay, just wanted to add something, Aisha. Just for instance, I like to use the drain, right? Everybody have a drain, whether it be a drain from your kitchen sink, whether it be something. And you know, we will be using that sink on a regular base, but eventually that sink clogs up. The
It's
water
true.
start flowing very slowly.
It's true.
And in some cases, the water just stop flowing at all.
It's backed up.
It's backed up. And with this type of treatment, what happens is that it's like throwing a drain cleaner down in your drain. So it removes all the debris so that water can flow naturally and smooth again. And that is what these type of treatment do for any individual that will say, okay, I need help. So anybody at this point in time wants to invigorate and revitalize their body. Persons who are in pain, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, who are suffering with severe arthritis, who have gone different places. We are saying give Dr. Sarah Roberts and Health and Wealth Lifestyle a chance to assist your body with repairing itself, assist your body from moving that clot.
What I've realized in some of these businesses in the field of persons who profess to heal is what they do is they build a clientele by continuing the cycle of pain. And I'm saying this with all respect to you ladies for what you do in your field, but I've been on radio for a couple of years, and some people, they start off easing your pain And after 2 sessions, you're paying returns, you go back, and then it's a lifelong trend that you're into.
I understand, and then people go from place to place, seeking. And we are saying, stop the jumping. We are saying,
when
if
I come to you, this is it. I'm not going anywhere.
You don't need to go anywhere. And this is what we are saying. Come. We have persons who are just on 4 treatments, Aisha, 5 treatments, 6 treatments. It depends. Some people may have to come twice a week if their problems are severe. Some people would come once a week, once every fortnight. It depends. We do not take money from persons unless it's absolutely necessary to perform these treatments on them. And this is what we're saying. Not everybody come to us have to come every week.
Yeah, so first you give them a reading, as you call it. So you tell them evaluation. This is what you need to do, and these are the amount of days you come. So before they even start treatment, you advise them.
Yes.
Great. So there's a schedule that you work with. There's a time frame. If my problems don't get better in a month.
Well, we are not saying that anyone's problem should get better in a month. It depends. This is why the evaluation comes in. It depends on your situation, because Aisha, if you have any problems, it will be different from my problem. It may exhibit same symptoms, but it will be different because each and every individual is different. We are all different beings. We are unique. So it depends on the individual that we are treating. We will know, okay, to add this, take away this. You understand? But you have to come for your treatment. And again, anyone who comes for any treatment at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we came up with a package where you can save hundreds of dollars. It's not like if you just come in for a one-time treatment. A one-time treatment is XYZ. But if you come for some sessions, and if you finish, when you're finished the 4th session, we're going to put you back on the package because we want to see you come and we want to see result. Years and years, I've been pleading to people because I myself was not well, Aisha. I've been sick. My whole family is challenged with cancer, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, nervous issues. Well, we are challenged. When you look at my eyes by doing an iridology test on myself, I can see the DNA weakness, what I've inherited from my ancestors, from my mother, my father, my grandparents. And now I have to work with that in maintaining good health in my body.
Okay, so I'm getting a couple questions here. David Cummings is saying, Aisha, can you ask her about Artemisa annua for COVID? Do you know of this treatment? She doesn't know of this treatment, David. Veronica Roberts says, do you do detox also?
Yes. And okay, so as that person asks, I might just share the treatments that we offer or the services that we offer at Health and Wealth Lifestyle. We do live blood analysis, right? That is able to give information about your blood, if it's sticking, if it's clumping. So poor blood circulation can come from that sticky blood cells, and it also can expand your blood vessels, making it weak, making it compromised. So we need to know that. So we'll know exactly how long a treatment, what type of treatment to put to unstick the blood. We will also do the iridology test like I do on myself from time to time, and you can pick up certain things. So persons with compromise, we need to treat you, and we need you to understand you need to stay on course in order to maintain good health, right? That can also tell if your prostate is compromised, your digestive system, your heart, your kidney, your pancreas, your thyroid. It tells a number of issues that you might be facing. We also do ionic foot detox, which is followed by a foot soak, a scrub, and a soothing foot massage. Yes. And that is all for the price of one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have added that to the business very, very early because I want it to be different. I want to always add value to people, right? So we do that along with gua sha, acupuncture, cupping, and we also do full body soak and scrub, right? We add a little sauna to that. It depends on the individual. Okay. So we deal with people in a holistic way.
I have another question. So Sean says, will you interject? Why is the Ministry of Health don't introduce these procedures since it's highly accredited and the Ministry of Health receives a significant amount of annual budget? But Sean, you just answered the question.
Exactly. You need to ask. You would need to ask the Ministry of Health.
But we're going to take some calls in a short while,
most
so people
definitely
can call in.
So Dr. Sarah, if you want to come in here and you can say something, because I'm a talker, I can take this program. So she's shy in the background there, but I want her to come out because her work is amazing, and I want people to know of her work, and the result is also amazing, and that is what is it's catching
I
for
think
me.
I want to ask Dr.
Yeah.
Roberts, is there an age limit? Why I'm asking is because I have a business that deals with a lot of senior citizens, persons with disabilities, right? We are an agency and we supply home care aides, geriatric aides, babysitters, nannies, housekeepers with families. So a lot of the clients that I interface with have some sort of ailment or issue. Should I recommend it? Is there any age group that you work with or can't work with? I have clients with everything from dementia to arthritis, you name it.
Yeah, there is no age limit. It's from inception to your deathbed.
Really?
That this treatment works, yeah.
And it provides ease for pain.
Yes, yes. Because how TCM sees the body is not the same way from a Western point. So the whole anatomy is from on a different level.
Okay.
So the course of treatment, the way of diagnosing is totally different. When we talk about sickness, we don't talk about sickness from a point of a name. We look at the individual because there is an issue happening. So regardless, if you have high blood pressure, the problem is why your pressure is high. So that is what we target. We don't target the name blood pressure. We don't target that. We target why your pressure is high.
Catherine Joseph said, hey, I'm watching from the US. Ladies, I've been in an accident for 2 years of therapy on my own exercises. Help me get back to where I am. Thank you so much for sharing that, Catherine. I'm going to open the lines and take some calls with you, members of the public. So when we start our product review, you're going to schedule me in coming up probably this week or next week, because I'll give a follow-up review where we bring you back in and you talk about the procedure, what I went through, this type of thing. What procedure do you think will fit for me that we can review?
First, I need to diagnose you.
Okay.
And then I can say what procedure I will do.
Great.
And then we can work it that way.
Excellent. So what I'll do, listeners, is I'm going to give you a follow-up as to what the procedure is going to be, and then we will do the review after it's done. Fair enough? So I'll bring you guys back in about 2 weeks or so.
Okay, fine.
And of course, we'll talk about the review. The lines are open. We're taking your calls. 342-0081, 771-1791, 4665-391.
Yes.
So, Nicole, as we continue, because I realize that you continue to stay ahead of the game. I want to tell you that. Every time I hear health and wealth, it's a different aspect. You've gone out the window this time.
But it's all about adding value to the client. Adding value to client. And if anyone out there who's dealing with health and they have suffered as much as I have, they would understand why I keep adding and I keep, as you say, trying to be ahead of the game, because I have understand from a personal level that we need to give more. It's not just about how much money you can make in a business, but how much value you can give a customer when they come to your business. And in doing so, I would go to sleep with a smile on my face because I know that this person have gotten the result. This person have gotten the result. Right, and that is what drives me, Aisha. People talk about what they need to be motivated. They talk about inspiration. That is what inspires me to keep doing this business. And if I fail to see progress with people, that's when I'm going to close down my business totally. I talk about retirement at an early age because I also need to take care of myself. But now that I have Dr. Sarah, I might extend my retirement. Yes, because, now I'll have someone taking care of me just as I would be taking care of you. And I'm asking her, I say, listen to me, we got to do some stuff on you. Let me pamper you. You're all the same because we have to learn to take care of each other.
Yes.
Because if I have someone around me and I'm not doing anything to add value to that person, it makes no sense.
I am a firm believer of energy, of positive energy, of natural healing. I'm a firm believer of these things. For the practitioner, and this is a question that it's been bugging me since we started the conversation, does it have any effect on your energy mentally, dealing with these different types of energy?
Yes, because this whole treatment itself is energy treatment.
Yeah.
Because acupuncture is actually dealing with the energy body. That is what we tap into. When I stick someone, it's points that is actually connected. So let me give you an example. So let's say I have a client that coming with a bad cough.
Right.
And I want to stimulate their lungs. I don't go on their chest. I stimulate it from their hands, because that's the start of where the lung channel runs in the body. So I'm actually using the energy field of that person's lung to stimulate it, but I find the points that would correspond with their lungs.
Right.
I want to see where that lungs is not associated with the other organs. So sometimes you have an excess in your lungs, or you can have a deficiency in your lungs that can cause the cough. So I want to see which point. So if it's an excess, I want to drain. If it is a deficiency, I want to enhance. So I have to use different points on the stomach now. So I'm going to stimulate your stomach and your lung together, because I want to bring life into it. So I'm tapping into your energy field in your body. That energy field, you feel it like a shock in your body. It feels like a current running through your body.
You actually feel it?
You actually feel it.
Wow.
So sometimes you will hear somebody bawling. That's because the energy is so stimulated in that person.
Wow.
Yes, sometimes you stimulate the needles and they feel nothing. The next treatment is like, because it's so strong now. Because the energy has been stimulated.
My lines are open. I see you guys. Feel free to call us 342-0081 771-1791 4665-391. Internationally 718-874-3860. Go ahead, Doc.
Yes. So how does that energy affect me? It's because every time I interact with somebody, I am also taking on their energy. So sometimes what I have to do, because
stick up in, be coming back, call on the line, caller, you're live.
Hi, I just want to get the lady's number, please.
Sure, thank you so much. Hold on, she'll give it to you in a short while. Yes, go ahead.
Right, so there is points that is called your chakras in your body. These energy points take in energy, it releases energy, but it gets blocked. So my way of clearing myself from all this energy that I take on every day, I use the therapy of water. Water has the ability to change anything in your life. Yes. That is how it's treated.
Yes. Water. Walk me through it. I half the time when I leave radio, I'm stressed as hell going home to my house. Because and I mean, it's funny, but it's true. Because you deal with so many different energies calling in at you.
Yes.
So sometimes when you're leaving, you're processing everything that has happened, and it's a lot.
I see you understand it clearly, Aisha.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you understand it clearly.
Very clearly.
And you know, when we talk about, you know, there are times that when I do person's foot massage, after a foot detox, and I put my hands, people will actually say that I can feel the energy from leaving your hands and into my feet. There's people with severe pain and people who come in limping and they would leave walking. It's because I am exchanging the energy. And sometimes at the end of the day, I'm very exhausted.
Yes.
Very, very exhausted. Sometimes I'm saying, but why am I feeling so? And then I say, oh, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. It's because they came in with a certain type of energy. They leave it with me and they take my energy and go.
How serious this energy thing is. Let me give you an example. I started to realize something was amiss if I walk into a room feeling like myself, and as immediately as I get in, something about my energy changes, then I know something is happening. And that has happened to me all the time. Sometimes at work. You know, someone is leaving the building and I am coming in, and immediately my whole
aura,
energy changes, and I'm like,
Yes. And that's because
transference of energy.
She just called the word. Everybody has an aura, and this aura extends outwardly.
Wow.
Around us. So what happens is that your body, your field get trapped in someone else's field. And what you do is take that charge of that person's field, depending on your strength of your field. It's like a current you plug in and you suck their energy. Their field, and it's attached to your field.
Interesting.
So sometimes you can get sick just being around someone.
Just being around sick people. And I know I know personally, I know individuals that cannot be around sick people.
Yeah.
Because whatever those sick persons are experiencing, they will experience it.
Interesting.
Yes. And people don't understand. An individual came in today. You know what she told me? She said, you're talking about Chinese medicine. It's not this Chinese religion. Our program have nothing to do with religion. It has to do with understanding the human anatomy, You understand? From the point of an energy point of view, we also explain from a physical point of view, and we could also go into a scientific point of view.
I want to bring a point here. Tell me if something is wrong with me in this regard. Yeah, one of my boys will have a belly pain.
Your son,
child that I make will have a belly pain, and I will have the symptom.
Right, because we are literally part of what we create.
Really?
Of course.
Listen, this is no joke. One of my children would have diarrhea. I will get the symptom. I will know immediately when
something is wrong. That's the connection is deep.
And my son will walk in, Mommy, I have a headache.
Yes. That's because of your energy field and your connection with what you brought forth. That child came from your energy. So we are connected. When a woman is making a baby, some woman has the sense of that child that they are bringing forth. They can tell if it's a boy. They can tell.
I knew all my boys were boys. All. Yeah.
You can tell because you are bringing forth that energy. It is all about your receptiveness and your connectiveness that brings you to that closeness. That's why you said that being around people, you can feel their energy and you carry that because of the strength of your auric field. So because of how strong your energy is, how strong your aura is, you can connect with your children from that point. So it's like whatever whatever is happening to them, it's like happening to you on that subtle energy.
But it's not just me. You will hear some mothers telling you, they hold their belly and bawl before something happens to their child.
Before something happens.
This is every woman.
Every woman everywhere has the connection.
It's all a matter of how strong your energy is. You will feel that connection
and how aware you are of your surroundings. Yeah, so because if you're not aware,
wrong with you, it is just that you're in tune.
Exactly. So to give that individual a number that where you can reach us, you can call 275-8359. Again, 275-8359. And Aisha, before we close, you want to give a special offer to the
Definitely. We have a minute before the break. So when we come back, we're going to do all the offers. We're going to give all the numbers. We're going to set up the appointment for the product review. We're going to get this show on the road. And I really hope that you guys continue to stay with 91.9 and of course market this. I'm getting messages from persons abroad who also want to know what can you do to assist them. Is there any phone therapy, all these different things we'll talk about when we come back. We're gonna go for that break. Stay with us, Trinidad and Tobago. Brand new program on the afternoon drive. Yours truly, Aisha Wells.
But we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM. All right, thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm really enjoying this show. I ain't gonna lie to all, yeah? I really am. So, ladies, we are back.
You was in the process of giving away packages, yeah?
Yes. Always like to give out health and wealth lifestyle, and at least I found someone who is like mine as myself. Yes, let's give something back to people. So if it is that you are suffering and you're looking for answers, you can come at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, get a proper evaluation done. We also have a package where you can get the live blood analysis, you can get the iridology test done, and you can also be evaluated by Dr. Sarah, and that's for a one-time price. Right, it is below $1,000, where you can get all three services. Yes, and with that evaluation, you're getting one of the services done immediately. Whether it is gua sha, whether it's acupuncture, you can get one of those services absolutely free.
Let me see who's on the line. Caller, you're live.
Hi, good day.
Good day to you.
I'm calling for some information. I saw you all have an ad on Facebook that I'm kind of interested, right? I see you all have CNE caregivers.
Oh, well, you're calling the radio station, darling. Message me on Facebook now. You're calling live on air. Yeah, so message me on Facebook about that. So, yes.
Yes, so persons can get that, and remember, it's below $1,000.
Right.
We are giving away hundreds of dollars just to get people in the door so that people can start taking better care of themselves. We don't just want you to come in the door for one-time treatment. We also have, after that first evaluation, we also have a extended four weeks package, where you can come in and you can get 4 sessions done for a very, very low cost. Again, that's once persons are on treatment.
Okay.
Decide, okay, I am going to get this type of treatment because I need it. And again, supplementation, watching what you're eating and drinking is very important to me. And I would stick with that, because we can consume poison on a daily basis, and then Dr. Sarah is clearing those channels, and we're like spinning it up in mud. So you have to be mindful that some level of changes must take place in your life when you're conducting any type of treatment. Right? If it is that you go to the doctor, a normal doctor out there, right, a medical doctor, and you go to him and he diagnoses you, he gives you treatment via medication. Right? But if you still doesn't follow those instructions the doctor gives you,
you're going to get sick again.
You're going to be sick again. Beside all the side effects the treatment may have, the medication may have, you will not get a result. So we are saying you must follow instruction. And people who have followed instruction coming out of Health and Wealth Lifestyle have left off their high blood sugar medication. They have left off their high blood pressure medication. They have improved their prostate health. They have improved their reproductive health in the female aspect, where they can now conceive. They have helped their energy level. So persons are feeling very exhausted and stuff like that. When you come at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we invigorate and revitalize those energy in you, right? And Dr. Sarah, of course, she's always shy. But the cupping is very important. Persons would have no cupping as in lifting your buttochet, right? Some women are suffering with womb. Their womb would drop. The elasticity there is not as strong as it used to be. So sometimes they get someone and they put it up and then it falls and it drops again. Right? And that's where Dr. Sarah comes in. Those type of treatment will strengthen those muscles to keep it in place.
The thing about it is, I think we have moved away so much from traditional healing. Even when I had my children in the U.S., my mother wasn't with me. She was in Trinidad, but I would call her to find out, Mommy, how to do the bucket thing, because, you know, you're supposed to sit on the bucket after the baby. And I did all those things on my own. But you're seeing persons walking out of the hospital now, just having a baby and back to business as usual.
And that is
detrimental.
That has become detrimental.
Parents haven't passed it down.
No.
Grandparents didn't pass it down. Ladies, we have about 5 more minutes before we wrap up.
Okay, so I'm going to let Dr. Sarah close off, and I am just going to close off with the numbers and stuff like that. Remember, people, we have a one-time payment fee where you get all the evaluation done from the angle of live blood analysis, iridology test, evaluation, and 1 session done for just below $1,000. And then after, we have a 4-day treatment, a 4 weeks treatment, where you can pay a minimum, right? We will be giving you back $500 on that 4-week session. Right? So come, do not miss it. It is a added value to health and wealth lifestyle, where we see the need for giving you these such therapy to invigorate, revitalize, and cause your body to repair from a cellular level.
Interesting.
Yes. So, Dr. Sarah, to wrap up.
All I want to say is that this treatment is non-invasive, so there is no going under the knife.
Okay.
It is it's all about your body itself getting back in its holistic way to do what it was designed to do, to heal its own self. So let's try a different approach before you go to have your whole
inside
body
taken out.
Yes.
Or lose limbs.
Yes,
So let's try seeing how best we can bring you back to that state of well-being before you go and lose yourself.
Yes, and I just wanted to add to that very quickly. Persons who are suffering with foot problem.
Yeah.
It's not foot problem, but the foot problem, the foot is experiencing the symptoms of what you are facing internally. Right? I have recognized not only an ionic foot detox and a foot massage alone gives the people the benefit, gives persons the benefit of causing that problem to go away. That is where Dr. Sarah comes in. Yes, an ionic foot detox, a foot soak and a foot scrub, it's always welcome. It removes toxins from your body. But when we're talking about repairing from a cellular level, there are some treatments that you must recognize that you should take.
My countdown is on 2 minutes to go, so you guys are going to get back with me as the schedule. And Nicole is a believer of this program. Let them know this show gives results.
Yes, it does. It does. It does. And it's always a pleasure to be in your presence.
Thank you so much.
Oh, forget the numbers again. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road in Barataria. You can log on to our Facebook page, Nicole Huggins, where you can get some more information. You can actually see treatment being performed on myself.
Really?
Yes, on myself, Nicole Huggins. And you can call us at 275-8359, 275-8359, or 288-1108. And for your treatment, I will call you and tell you what day is available, what time is available, and we can you can have us back here.
I want to also do a video.
That's not a problem.
Well, of course, not of the conversations, but maybe the treatments.
Definitely.
We'll do a video, and of course, we'll put the video out there as well. Ladies, it was awesome having you. People in Tobago want to know if you're coming to Tobago with this treatment.
We could probably do something.
When you reach here, Tobago, there's one here.
Yes, and not only that, when we go to Tobago, it is be overwhelming, because people need this type of treatment anywhere they are.
Yeah.
And we would probably organize to get, when things quiet down, because we know we have this COVID to deal with, and we want to, practice all what the instruction give
of
us.
The health officials, yes.
According to the health official. So again, call and make those appointments. Come in and let's help you take care of you. That's what we do at Health and Wealth Lifestyle.
Thank you, ladies. We're out of here. When we come back, we continue your calls inside the last and final hour. Feel free to raise the issues that affect you most when we return.
They talk. You talk. Come talk with us. On the street. 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis? Well, you are listening to the right ad. You have the ailment, we have the remedy. Call us now on 288-8301 or 346-2612.
Don't forget to tune in right here on the Street 919 FM every Wednesday from 10:05 a.m.
Performance Beatball Talk.
Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine, and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home, or get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Rest, relax, rejuvenate, and revitalization healing treatment for both males and females suffering from all aches and pains. A special offer for the month of July for $200. Choose from any one of these treatments: neck and shoulder massage, core circulation, and arthritic treatment. Contact 336-4935 or 492-7397 for more information.
When it comes to healthcare, you deserve the best. Do you suffer from low energy, anxiety, or constipation? Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins provides you with the best services of iridology exam, blood analysis, ionic foot detox, followed by a soothing foot massage. We also provide the best organic supplements. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Or call us at 288-1108 or 275-8359. Join us on the Street 919 FM. Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins.
At a time when everyone is worried about their financial future and saving towards a goal, where options are few with little to no returns, Home Mortgage Bank brings to you an investment to ease your worries. Introducing the Salmon Tree Fund. With as little as $500, you can open an account and start earning competitive returns on your investment. Check us out at hmbinvest.com or on Facebook at Home Mortgage TT for further information.
But wait, who's sending me this text? Hurricane warning, be prepared? Denzel, stop washing the car! A hurricane coming!
Mona, calm down. We just need to prepare. We must stock batteries and candles and charge our emergency lights in case we lose power.
That means we have to arrange a backup supply for Daddy respirator.
Yes, and before the storm hits, we must unplug all our electrical equipment. If we need to evacuate, remember to shut off the electricity at the main panel.
Yes, because you know here there's flood. Come. Let us move the appliances upstairs. Come.
Us, okay.
Wait! Denzel, don't unplug them thing with your wet hand. Yourself.
Yes, Mona.
This hurricane season, when preparing for an emergency, don't forget your electricity. TNTech, the power to make it work.
Come talk with us.
Realest news, hard talk.
Real talk on the street, 919 FM.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Sponsored by TNTech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, a call for fresh elections to be held. The opposing United National Congress is accused of disrupting the country's democratic process. Mrs. Carmen Passar-Bissessar will not step down as party leader, and internationally Germany suffers worst daily spike in coronavirus cases since May. And now the news in detail. Former leader of the Progressive Empowerment Party, Philip Edward Alexander, is demanding that the Election and Boundaries Commission nullify Monday's general election and hold a fresh one. In a release this morning, Alexander said there were many inconsistencies, missteps and failures by the EBC in the execution of the election. He wants a National Election Committee to be established to ensure free and fair elections. The PEP did not win any seats in the election, and Alexander resigned as the party's leader on the same day. In other news, leader of the People's National Movement, Dr. Keith Rowley, has accused the United National Congress of making deliberate attempts of disrupting the democratic process following the initial result of the 2020 general election. Speaking during a television interview this morning, he weighed in on the UNC demanding recounts in 5 marginal seats and said this is a very dangerous development taking place. Dr. Rowley said that while he accepts that recounts are the call of the candidate or agent, what the UNC is doing is a deliberate strategy to prevent a smooth flow of the country's governance. The new cabinet would have been sworn in today had there not been any recounts. Initial results put the PNM in the lead with a 22-19 win. Political leader of the United National Congress, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, will not be stepping down in the face of several calls for her to do so. According to the UNC's public relations officer and newly elected Tarakit MP Anita Haynes, all 18 elected UNC MPs have full confidence in Persad-Bissessar, and as of now, she remains their leader. Haynes said the party's internal elections for political leader are scheduled for 2021, and as it stands right now, Persad-Bissessar can resign if she chooses to do so, depending on the election recount process and election outcome, or continue as UNC leader until next year and seek a fresh mandate from the UNC membership. Of the 18 UNC MPs elected, the only one who has ever challenged Persad-Bissessar's leadership is Rudal Munilal. International news, Germany today saw its worst daily spike in coronavirus cases since May. The country's health minister said the rise was partly being driven by parties and family gatherings, warning that the virus can spread quickly when there is alcohol involved. Over 1,000 new cases was recorded this morning, the highest figure since May, bringing the total number from 217,293 to 218,519. Germany's health minister says there were outbreaks happening in almost all of Germany and warned that every new case was making track and trace procedures harder. And that was the 4 p.m. news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by TN Tech, the power to make it work. As we go recapping the headlines, a call for fresh elections to be held. The opposing United National Congress is accused of disrupting the country's democratic process. Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar will not step down as party leader, and internationally, Germany suffers worst daily spike in coronavirus cases since May. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. My name is Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
And keep me mouth from mute. I got a strong reggae beat with a mic in a me hand. Feel lead out the youth about a destruction and tell the people they should know right from wrong. We got the strength, we got the power to help each other up the ladder. Don't be selfish to help your brothers today. We can make it if we try. Just remember to hold the red eye. It doesn't make sense when we fuss and fight. I need a Gideon boot and a khaki suit. We stand out in a Babylon and defend the truth. Me nah go sit aside and watch Babylon and keep me mouth from mute. I've got a strong reggae beat and a mic in a me hand. Feel lead out the youth them out of destruction and let the
the streets because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
All right, good-looking people, we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. So, just to recap, if you're now tuning in, what you have missed. So, in the first hour, we started to address the situation surrounding racism. And in the second hour, we had our guests, of course, keeping with the theme of the program. And now, in this hour, I'm going to open up the phone lines and allow you to touch on issues making news to the hour. So, one of the issues making news to the hour, of course, is on the political landscape, in the political arena, as it relates to recounts. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Watson Duke has stopped the recount that he requested in Tobago, and he has conceded defeat. So, Watson Duke has stopped it. He conceded defeat and have decided to move on and put his party on a footing in time for the THA election carded for next year. But the United National Congress is going ahead with their counts, and of course they are asking for recounts in 5 constituencies. You know, the Prime Minister was quoted as saying it's a dangerous precedence not to allow development of the country. Of course, we all paid attention to what happened in Guyana. Are you in agreement with requesting recounts for the election, or do you think the opposition should just concede defeat and allow the country to move on? I want to get your thoughts on this. Feel free to call us inside this hour, 342-0081-771-1791, 466-5391. Let's go. Caller, you live. Good afternoon.
Why PNM to ask for recount in Barataria? Because JC Williams was going good. Because ask for recount is only because they lost. They asking for recount. We hardly hear these. They say PNM did ask recount, but how often? Every time it's a recount. Why we don't ask for recount? I don't know what Dr. Rowley did Trinidadians and Tobagonians. I don't know what he did. These Trinidad and Tobago, that they have hate in their system. Thank God. God is not like man. Because if God sends his judgment on Trinidad and Tobago, you see how the rain is falling on the good, the bad, and the ugly? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Hearing how people reactions, move a trend from Trinidad, take them out of Trinidad, let them go to the States, and what is the big difference in the States that's happening now? Let them go to India. If they so, not all Indians are like that. So it's making the good Indians look bad. And are you sure? We really have to pray.
Yes, we have to pray.
We are not fighting against humanist principality and power of high places, but God is the God of everything. And it's such a pity in my 60 years. This is ridiculous because we grew up among Indians. So these, I looking at something like Ramcharan project. I watch the social media, and then you apologize. The Bible says, what is in your mind is come out in your mouth. You already had it in here to say what you have to. Then we have to apologize. No, you already had it in your mind, your system to say. If you all do not like Trinidad and Tobago so much, leave and go. You all think you all will be welcome, and let me know the difference.
Thank you so much, sis. Let me take a few more. Thank you, sis. I get your point. All right, so David Stage on the live is saying UNC won the election, PNM Tifit. So I think he's agreeing with the recount. Dezo King says, Aisha, I really love the way you speak. You are a mentor. I learn a lot from you. Thank you, Aisha. You're welcome, Dezo King. Let's go to the lines. Caller, you live?
Yes, Aisha.
Yes.
I agree with Dr. Rowley. Not no recount, I don't know election calling over. I don't agree with that nonsense at all. PNM win the election and they win it outright. Okay?
Well, thank you so much. The interesting thing is, Gemma, today I came across a post from Devont Mirage. I'm sure you're aware of the name Devont Mirage.
Yes.
And Devont Mirage today is actually calling for Prasad Bisesa to vacate office. He's asking for her to resign, as well as he is calling the recount a waste of time. According to Devont Mirage, and it to me it was shocking. You know, he says he's.
This is about 11 election. The Oman News.
Devont is saying that in order for the UNC to grow, he is a member for about 17 years or so.
Yeah.
In order for the party to grow, they have to change the leadership and seek a fresh mandate. He is saying. The UNC is using the same strategy it used in 2015 by trying to take the government to court with the election petition, and he doesn't think it would work. He is calling for Kamala to resign. Devont Mirage.
Well, you know why? But I feel we'll keep and see the PNM going all the time.
I hear you, Gemma. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, all right, okay.
All the best. All right, so let me just let you know what was said. All right, so former UNC MP Fuad Khan and activist Devont Mirage believe Prasad Bisesa should resign, adding the recount bid was futile. A bitter Mirage, according to The Guardian, said the leader should resign, and those UNC candidates who won are best described as kindergarten class, unable to fight their way out of a paper bag. Mirage, who was unhappy Prasad Bisesa did not face the supporters to address the defeat. In the circumstances, her Facebook statement wasn't enough. A team is led by a leader, and the leader cannot be without blame or failure. When you lose, you traditionally offer your resignation, and no such thing happened here, according to Devont Mirage. The recount won't produce a changed result. It is the same strategy the UNC used in 2015 with the election petitions, which of course failed. How can a PNM victory margin of 2,000 odd votes be seen as a close figure? Our La Hokita candidate in this instance spent a long time working the seat and still lost. The UNC won in 2015 by a margin of 500 votes. The PNM never seek a recount, according to Devont Mirage. He added, we've seen figures showing where candidates who replaced Ganga Singh and Ramona Ramdiyal apparently got less votes than what they did. When did a supporter come out of their safe seats? Why didn't our supporters come out in their safe seat, according to Mirage? UNC should not have failed in this election since this was the most unpopular PNM government. UNC has been kidnapped by people with personal interests. Members, if they ever find their backbone, should reorganize the party. Devont Mirage said the leadership failure to congratulate Rowley on winning was also poor and ungracious. Khan also agreed the recount call was time-buying effort. He asked that Prasad Bisesa, who is a spent force, the party strategy in 2015 and this election did not work, and according to Khan, the party needs new strategists. He says after losing 2 polls, the onus is on Prasad Bisesa to do the correct thing for the UNC to survive and not end up as the chronic opposition party. She, Prasad Bisesa, always said she needed to put youths in charge, and it's time we might need to put a youth in charge. But this is the way things are done in the election lead up. Many UNC stalwarts are no longer there. The way newcomers are handpicked by the UNC screening team and left a void on succession. We caught between a rock and a hard place where leadership is concerned, according to Khan. The screening team used the system to benefit this present leader. Rudal Munilal is a choice, but recent allegations against him have produced negative impact. I can't see any of them taking the leadership at this point. This is now left to the members to decide if they continue to support her. The time is truly ripe for the development of a third strong force where there can be equality. Remember what I'm asking you. Feel free to call in. Watson Duke has conceded defeat and stopped the recount on his votes. He has since conceded defeat and moved on. He has now moved on to putting his party on a THA election footing. Do you believe the UNC should do the same? Feel free to call me 342-008-1771-1791-4665-391. Sharon Springer is saying, I am watching from Brooklyn. How are you doing, Sharon? Evelyn Alexander, thank you for being with us. Good afternoon to you as well. We go back to the lines. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Well, I'm happy I have a UNC support on the line. Pinal, how are you?
Well, I seeing a bit of infighting, and that happens when you lose, especially if you come close. If you lose badly, people didn't think you had a chance, and therefore nothing is really lost because you didn't have a chance of winning. But here, the way how close we came, it gives people the feeling that if we had tweaked the thing a little differently, that we may have won. And now you have these recounts. Now, I want to agree that there's a great possibility I want to agree with Devant and Furkan and so on, that nothing will change. But I don't know for sure, right? Because it would have happened in various constituencies, not over Post East and West with our safety. And those guys contesting there would feel a particular way that maybe they had it and, something went wrong somewhere. So it's in our constitution, our electoral process is in our constitution, and it caters for a recount. So there is nothing unpatriotic or illegal or time-wasting. It's catered for that after an election, there can be any number of recounts. And if we have recounts in 5 seats, I don't see, and I think one of them would have been dealt with by now. And then there's the one in Tobago that has been abandoned. So this is going to be moving very quickly because they are not all being counted in the same place by the same people.
Do you think Prasad Bisesa should resign as leader?
Well, I am in two minds about that. I really do not know. I haven't made up my mind because I think she has a lot of ground support which you need. And on the other hand, she has not been able to translate that except in the last local where she got the popular vote. And here again, she got the popular vote. So, in a sense, she's the people's choice because Dr. Rowley is the constituency's choice, the boundary's choice, the system's choice. But if you
But that popular vote thing has never worked for this country. I don't even know why they still have it as an option. The popular vote it doesn't really make an impact.
Let me tell you why I look at it. If we go in the savannah and we line up 5,000 people and we just let everybody vote on something, we will just take the winner by who? The majority. But if we go and start putting in arbitrary little fences all between the people and we call that 40 seats or 41 seats, you wouldn't get the same result. The same people will vote the same way and the thing will become lopsided one way or the other. So, in other words, when you have these boundaries, the picture that emerges, now people will say Dr. Rowley has the support of the people, he has won the election. But when you go and look at the head count, he has the support of the system of elections here. Our system of elections has made him a winner. But the head count doesn't say so. So that's why I'm saying that we need to look at that. So in a sense, she could say, well, the people chose me and the system chose Dr. Rowley. Now, I don't know if that is enough because ultimately you want to win within the system that you are in. I don't know if that's going to help the UNC looking into the future. And that is where we'll have to hear that debate. I'm waiting on that debate, and then I'll make up my mind. Thank you, Aisha.
Thank you, Penal. I want to read a comment from a supporter of the party here. He says, and it's shady, Aisha, I am glad UNC did not win because I think Prasad Bisesa would have dealt with the COVID pandemic bad. The economy is bad. 2020 is bad luck. It's bad roads, WASA dams, Petrotrin, TNT issues. Let the PNM deal with all that on their plate to start 2015 with a clean UNC slate. So I think he's agreeing that she should resign. Caller, you live?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, Miss Wells.
Hi, thank you for calling.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. You know, you listened to Penal just now, and when they were in government with the 41 seats, there was no problem, right? I mean, this is the type of thinking that you have on that side of defense. People need to see them for who they are. They are very clear in what they are saying, that, you know, if they cannot get the baby, destroy it. You remember, I sure, growing up, you would have heard the two mothers that had baby with Solomon.
Yes, I know the story well.
Right. And the mother, the true mother, said she was sleeping and the other mother took her dead baby and put it by her and then took the dead baby, took the living baby for her.
Yeah, I remember.
So, right. So what happened was that Solomon said, you know what, give me a sword. And he tried to cut the baby in half. And the good mother said, or the true mother said, you know what, give her the baby. I mean, that is what the true mother is going to say. People need to stop this playing with people's lives, and they need to realize that, you know, the baby, the true baby, is the one who won the election. And nobody, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, will say, you know what, cut it in half. You know, she don't want that, this, what is happening now. So she's trying to cut it in half. But according to Psalm 29, the God of the Bible, the God of the universe, the God who allows, and that, watch my word very carefully, the God who allows the government to be in power, with, don't matter what's happening, you always have problems, don't matter, and you have children, you spoke some time ago, and I listen to you from time to time, you spoke some time ago concerning your son with the dog and a friend, you remember?
Yes, I always talk about that.
Right, and you dealt with it in a particular way, because you want what is right for your children, for yourself, and for everybody else. And that is what is needed in this country.
I agree, 150%. Thank you for sharing, caller. Let me read some comments. Danny Hussein says, Sharon at 1021 from the PNM in Caroni East had 7,023 votes. At the end of the poll, she had 4,400. And you don't think this election was rigged, Aisha? Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, my dear? I'm good, thanks.
You know, listen, I'm saying it's creative politics. You see, if it is we have a rule to measure something, and you're saying that, you know, if it was like this, but there's a if. It doesn't matter. Different. But this is what we are working with. This is how we're doing it. This is the rule. So to come and make creative politicking, like, you know, they have creative accounting, that if it is I was selling shoes instead of apples, I would make more money, so therefore I make a loss. That's creative accounting, you know. But, sorry, creative economics. I can't remember which one, anyhow. But this is what this gentleman was doing. Trying to say, well, you know, if this was the way how it is, but that shouldn't even be in this conversation. It is not. And the gentleman just now made a very good analogy. You want to destroy it because you're on debt. So who cares? And this is why we have a serious problem with the manner and how people on certain sides of the divide will think. It is the problem. This is the country. And we should be watching betterment for the country. Because your parents, your grandparents, your children all are going to be growing up here. I've been hearing people so dead, and this will happen, so what happened? You feel that you all will be insulated, like everybody build a dome around themselves. No, if the country does bad, everybody in the country does bad, not the PNM supporters. And just I heard somebody insinuate that all the PNM people and them suffer and dead because they always have to be begging. So is it that you're insinuating that PNM supporters is of one race, and that all people of that race is poor and no good and waste of time? I don't know, but to me, I take offense of those statements, and it's just so that even after the politics, people's minds are still nasty. So the politics doesn't change that. It is what was in your heart as it's written. It's not what goes in, but what comes out of a man that defile him. And these people are defiled to the max when you hear what they spew. Always hate and get and wishful thinking for death for people. What sort of human being does that? Listen, this is why I have a problem with how people think in here, and you get that a lot on one side of the divide. You will have other people saying whatever, but you see the majority, that is what they think. The majority thinks like that. And if it is from the head, it's rotten. The fist is rotten from the head. I can't say nothing more.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. All right, the lines are open. I continue to take your calls. 342-0081. 771-1791. Let's go. Call you live.
Blessed afternoon, Miss Aisha Wells.
Hey, how are you, brother?
I still will congratulate the PNM on their victory. Now, Miss Bisessa, you ain't tired really get licked truth? I know in class, the miserable children has always get licks since 2010 to now you're getting licks. And every time you get licks, you ain't lost. You never concede to Dr. Rowley and say you gain victory. You're going to court, you're going to the EBC now to contest it. Look at a caller and say, Caroni East, you win it by 1,000 votes. And you trying to contest seats that you lost by 3,000 votes, 2,000 votes, 800 votes, and you want to tell the nation that the election was rigged? Please. The Election and Boundaries Commission, I give them high marks all the time in every election passed in Trinidad and Tobago, with or without observers. And concerning the observers, all they're trying to talk about. 14 and 5 would be 19 days money these people and them had was to pay to come to observe our election for 1 day. Does that make sense? While the usual time is either 4 or 5 days before an election, they come inside. Does that makes more sense because it's less expenses. And Mr. Duke, when you lost, don't get up on your high horse and jump up on the table and tell them you're gone. Take your licks and cool it. I tell you, is a woman will be and hear what? You study the THA election in 2021 or no? Study the PSA elections. Study to clean up the PSA. Bring your audit for the monies that you spent for the last, for the time you're running the PSA as the president. Let the members of the PSA know how you spend the money. And Ms. Aisha Wells, I thank 91.9 for bringing the information to Trinidad and Tobago as no other radio station in Trinidad and Tobago have done. From the morning program coming straight on to your program, because we get a man on this station here that I laughed so much that I was waiting very patiently for August 10th to cast my vote to show that he is no good. Thank you very much, Aisha.
Thank you so much. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Hello. Yes. Good afternoon, my lady.
Hi.
Yeah. Thanks very much for this opportunity. I'm a first-time caller.
Where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Lahore, Kenya.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Right. Good afternoon. Now, one of the things we need to understand with our voting processes, we have one of the best systems on the planet. Now, when the polls close at 6 p.m. and the count begins by 7:15, 7:30 for the latest, the count in whatever particular polling station is off. So the agents, everybody who has to signs that statement of poll. So the agents of the parties know exactly what the vote count is. They then call their party headquarters or whoever they have to call. So that this is something which takes place throughout the 41 constituencies. And by 9 o'clock for the latest, the parties already know who won and who lost. Now, the presiding officer in all the polling stations, the officers, will have to go to the returning officer and submit their documents. So by time we see certain figures appear on the board through the media, through TV, there has already been a 2 to 2.5 hour time lapse between the parties knowing what the results are and what persons who are looking at TV will be seeing. So that by 9, the election was over. The PNM, the UNC, everybody knew how many votes were cast. And that's the reality. Now, with respect to the recounts, and I'll be very, very brief, it's hard because of the way we count our ballots. Everybody sees the ballot before they are saying, look, this is for UNC, this is for PNM. So it's hardly likely that the results for either party would change except through spoiled ballots, which you may get a 2 or a 3 or a 1. But it's minuscule. So a recount cannot change the result. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Caller, you live?
Aisha, good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Here, what is my problem? My problem is this government, the PNM, we did well. We did very well. And if it had, I'm just saying something, if it had thunderstorm and lightning and all kind of drama, on the 10th, you would have heard is that and the people and them didn't come because it was raining. And now every little thing they want is a recount. Is this, is that, is a problem. So at the end of the day, what Kamala supposed to do? Let new blood take over, step down, and let a new regime at the UNC start back. Because her own trying to tell her, hey, you're lost, woman, you're lost. What are you really doing? But they're so losers. And on the next part now, I could talk about a TV personality. I could talk about a cassette.
Well, just don't call the person's name.
All right. Well, you know the show with the fella with the glasses, right?
Okay.
I watching that. You know, I just watch that just to make sure to see a little update and thing, how he doing, how he saying. That man yesterday couldn't function. And like all what they wanted to get through, they put it through him. And at the end of the day, he's always make himself a fool, right? And he had his show. He was uncomfortable with the show yesterday. He couldn't finish talk with the show yesterday because every time you see he talking, he mentioning blah 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 blah, and he would talk and we're not taking that, and all of a sudden it's weak. I never used to hear him on that, but I had an idea, but I never used to hear him on that. Right? So at the end of the day, this lady's supposed to really step down now. Congratulate Mr. Rowley. Tell him good job. They drink something on it and let the show go on. But in the end of the day, the show has to go on. It has to go on. All right? So, will you have a good evening? And
thank you so much. The lines are open. We continue to take your calls. Remember the question I'm asking. Just a few more minutes of the program left. Do you think the opposition should just concede defeat and stop with the recounts? Caller, you're live.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi.
How you do?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Hey, I'm like the Baron. I'm holding on. Aisha?
Yes?
I tried to get you in your first hour, but I was unsuccessful. Aisha, you remember when Satmaraj had fallen out with the former Prime Minister? And he told her you could drink this, you could eat that, you could play the bleep bleep all over the place. You remember that, Aisha?
Not quite, but maybe yes. Go ahead.
All right. He said a few things. And one of the things he said was that politicians that use race and religion to win elections. And it does trickle down, Aisha. And when that could come from Satmaraj, Aisha, I took note. Thanks for the time. I will leave it here.
Thank you. Caller, you live.
Hello, good evening, Aisha.
Hi.
Good evening, I'm a first-time caller.
Where you calling me from?
I'm calling from Aruka.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, just a couple points. My whole thing here is that, somebody might be small and hear grandparents say, once the head of the snake bad, everything else is crumb. So my thing is, well, regardless of the fact that, you all are sore losers and you're upset to the point that, they lost, anybody that would have been in power is the same fight all of us as Trinidadians and Tobagonians have to fight. Because it's a trying them throughout the world. And I don't understand why they would make it towards Dr. Lawley, causing chaos and mayhem for Trinidad and Tobago. So I believe strongly that the right person won, right? And I believe that we have some trying times ahead of us. And once we have good governance and a good head, we are going to fight through. People just need to put away all this racism stuff and do what we have to do as a nation. So that's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution. Caller, you live?
Yeah, good day to you, Miss Wells.
Good day to you.
Yeah, I was, as the guy said, I was trying to get you in the first hour, but it was very hard. Now, let me tell you where racism comes from. You see, God put the African man to name everything and to be leaders of the earth in a sense that civilize the earth. Understand? No, man never learn. You understand the culture and the civilization and legacy to no one. The African man gave them that. Now them feel to borrow it. And this is where racism comes in. You see, white racist supremacy has put out information that the African man is racist. You know why? They don't want to give back and put as a stamp in the world that is the African man what break through and get everything in a sense of science, architecture, all these different things. You understand? You see the descendants from these people and them don't want to say that they borrow. You understand? They always want to say that everything is theirs and they who create and civilize everything and do everything. This is where racism come in. You understand? Because the white supremacy, the racism on them, has put all that information on the table. The black man is a racist. Now, this is what this is why I will tell you something. They want to kill out the African man. They don't want the African man to be nothing. You know why? Because they want ranks for everything. And the only how we could stop this racism thing is if you say, okay, is the African man do this and the African man do that and give them back what was rightfully theirs. You understand? Or else this racism will never stop. This is a very serious thing. This is nothing from no party or no home or nothing, you know. This is from the top. Racism is a very serious thing. You know why? It reached right back to the Almighty Father. That's how deadly racism is, because of the wicked and the deceitful people who don't want to give back the African man what is rightfully theirs. But the African man lives in love. He shares it with everybody.
Thank you so much, caller. Let me read some messages. I'm running out of time. All right, so Just Asking says, highway to Point Fortin, computers in school. Are we any better off with our IT skills? Where the jobs? And if they say they believe in the private sector, then we will still see the 50,000 jobs. Because if them 50,000 jobs are profitable, then businessmen would have no problem investing. Danny Holstein is saying, if Kamala have to step down, that is for the UNC membership, not the public. And yes, they should stop the recount. Dion Lane says, good afternoon, Aisha. First time I'm on your show live. God will see us through. Thank you, Dion. Let's see who's there. Call live.
Aisha.
Hello.
Aisha, I do think last time when PNM went to Kamala Prasad did ever congratulate Dr. Rowley, and she's not doing it again. I was looking at the foreign news, and the vice president that was but not that guy is oh gosh. Anyhow, he picked a black woman to be the vice president, and you really hear Donald Trump start to battle that woman. He said that because black don't crack, that they have to get on. So if black people start to react and get on like the animal they say we are, what will happen? And we don't want that. We don't want that. So what they're going to do? All the Douglas who mix with Indian and Negro, as we say, Indian and black, we cut them in half. What are we going to do? It's a mixture, and cut me, you're going to see blood. They might see different grades of blood, but die, we have to die. And Judgment Day is not for you and I alone, it's for everybody. Let somebody else say something. I'm gone.
All right, the lines are open. Let's take a few more calls. Just about 15 minutes left of the show. I'm getting unconfirmed reports that Massy stores have pulled all the Ram Saran products from their stores. I'm waiting for confirmation. Now, unconfirmed reports that Massy stores, due to the outrage, have pulled the Ram Saran products. I'm waiting on confirmation. Caller, you live?
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Aisha.
Hi.
I listened to it. And you understand what is taking place in this country? These people, and let me tell you first, PLP had never, with that couple bill, had never been an election in this country. Never. Take it from me. And that's and you see UNC, that is the same PLP come down the road. They can't fool us. They could fool the young men and them now, the young people now, they could fool them. But you see, we who come way back from Dr. William time, this is the same couple UNC. DLP was them, but they just changed name as they're coming up the road. They change the identity to make you feel it's not the same DLP, but it's the same DLP. Remember the pressure that Dr. William had to go through on the couple deal. And they were coming and keeping up here now. They wouldn't let go now. We living in this country as one, everybody to live here. To die, everybody to die inside of here. So why you hold on to this racism thing? Couple had it, couple is dead and gone. Well, they wouldn't let go. Time we make a change in this country, you lose. Get up and go. The only time DLC get power in this country was under, it's not the first time. They come back again under the People's Partnership. People join together and get them power, but they never fight on their own and get power in this country because we don't know them. We always want to know them to tell the young ones, it's the same DLC, same couple there.
Thank you so much. Let me read the comments that are coming in. Okay, so it has been confirmed, according to Izzo News Online, Massey stores have reportedly removed Ramsaran products from their shelves after online comments about Nyla Ramsaran. Since the announcement of TNT's general election on Monday night, several persons have taken to social media to express their opinion on the matter. However, Nyla Ramsaran, who's the daughter of the popular local brand Ramsaran Dairy, decided to take a different turn in her Facebook comment. Miss Ramsaran said, "I hope Rowley starts putting contraceptives in their water supply. Yes, because these cockroaches keep populating, and the only thing they know how to do is vote." Izzo Media contacted Massey Store's head office after reports began to circulate that the supermarket chain removed Ramsaran dairy products from their shelves. A representative at Massey Stores told Izzo News Media that management is unable to comment at this present time. Izzo Media has also informed that the products was removed from their shelves this morning when the news broke about Miss Ramsaran's racial comment. The author of this article is Melissa Stanisclaus. My home girl, Melissa, man. Hi, caller. You live?
Aisha, listen now. How you feel to be called a cockroach?
How I feel to be called a cockroach?
How do you feel to be called a cockroach or to be classified as a cockroach?
Well, first I have to be classified as these people. Because she said she hoped these people.
Well, basically we understand based on the conversation from before. Because if it is I was speaking about apples, and then I say, I will take 10 of these things, we know it's apples I was talking about.
Correct.
So we have been speaking about blank people and stupid people and Kobo people and all this has been the conversation for months. And I am glad because now at least I know where I stand. And I feel free. Because you see, all the time, I always used to tell people, you know, a skin teeth is not always a grin because dog does skinny teeth before he bites you. So all the time we have been fooled because what people had in their heart is now coming out. Just as COVID has put in we realize based on COVID how disobedient people are. We have now realized how bad these people think about black people. So the things are, and you know, scripture said that what is in the dark will soon come to light. All these things have to be made manifest. And all of them have to come to light. So I am glad for it that I know the truth. We know where we stand. We know how some people think about us. But I'm wondering, how do we move on from here? Because I know the politicians may have created a rhetoric to try to gain power. But look at what they have done. They have, even if it was subsided and under the counter, and we wasn't showing it so much, we feel free. And I keep saying that, just like how what's going on in America now, people feeling free to express their true feelings and what was always in their heart. Because you can't, those things don't come overnight. Not because somebody tell you to hate somebody, you will do it. That is happening inside. That's an inward something. And what do we do now? Now that they have created this monster, how are they going to fix it? Are they even going to try? Because it's they that create the monster. For political power, we have created a hate in this country. And I see us going in the way of Guyana, I start to say, because of this hate that we have pushed to people to get them so bitter and angry. And it's going to start going both sides of the divide. Both sides. My son suffered that already. Now why is a mixed breed? And my madam is pure Indian. So he come out, more mix. And you know what? They recognize he wasn't pure breed. And And he used to get treated poorly in his school by people of that caliber.
Thank you so much, caller. Let me take one more very quickly as I get ready to shut it down. Thank you so much. Caller, you're live.
Miss Wells, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fair to find, man. And Miss Wells, I mean, this is a conversation that needed to be initiated probably since about 2 or 3 elections ago. And I continue to say, I think that genuinely racism never really was subtle, but people just learned to mask it. And the callers before alluded to it, it's only in crisis, so people desperation for power, they see the truth coming out there. You know? But I will be irresponsible if I go to say, you know, all, you know, Indians think of us that way. But generally, where I go up from, one of my best partners is of East Indian descent. And I could tell you, you know, even personal experience we have with even where vehicles is concerned. Miss Wells, they have a price and we have a price. You know, my second ever vehicle, my East Indian partner had to buy it for me at a $17,000 cheaper price because he was an Indian. You know? So I just glad people are aware, people don't feel how to discuss these issues. And it's something that, you know, their leaders need to start to change. If you did start to change the conversation, Miss Wells, they can't depend on the followers really. They had to start on top. And I mean, I don't like to bring the politics into it, Miss Wells, but to me, the leaders of the opposition, the UNC party, they promote it. That is my opinion. And I have plenty Indian friends who agree with me. You know? So unless it starts there, we'll be spinning top in mud. Because if you promoting it and these people following, and I say the education system has failed us too. We spend millions of dollars in education, you know, where history and psychology and sociology is concerned. And when I see people, business people, and people who open to the public for business, and where African people patronize most of these businesses, it's heartbreaking, you know?
Thank you so much, my dear.
Okay.
A minute ago, I have to wind things down. This is my very final call. Caller, you're live.
Good evening, Aisha. How are you, my dear?
I'm good, my dear. How are you?
Okay, great. All right, I want to make 2 points very quickly, okay? I don't want to go into the race something. I'm in America where we eat, sleep, dream race. But people are talking about Rowley and not being able to do this. The world is in a recession right now, okay? And like the Prime Minister said, for the first 2 years, we'll probably have to eat grass, literally. Because the world is in a recession. Big America, okay? A lot of companies closing down. So I don't know where Kamala is going to get 50,000 jobs to produce, okay? So, and that's the point. And secondly, with all this racist and thing carried on, I know some of you people might be too young to remember that when...
7 seconds, caller. I gotta go. Bye.
We know the streets because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM. Get interactive with the Street 919 FM.
All day, every day. See us all live on our Facebook page.
Share and comment on our show.
Like our page.
Chat with our live on-air announcers.
The Street 919's Facebook page.
Live and interactive all day, every day. The Street 919 FM.
Come talk with us.
What are you sleeping on? Did you know that you may be sleeping on dead skin cells, dust mites, and bodily fluids? Do you suffer with aches, pains, stiffness, and other sleep disorders? Studies show that you should replace your mattress every 7 to 10 years for better health, better support, and a better night's sleep. Visit a sleep center today at Quartz and find the perfect mattress for you. Quartz, bringing value home.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, You can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestateTT.com. O'Neill is spelled ONEIL, or just call Keylon Direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Rest, relax, rejuvenate, and revitalization healing treatment for both males and females suffering from all aches and pains. A special offer for the month of July for $200. Choose from any one of these treatments: neck and shoulder massage, poor circulation, and arthritic treatment. Contact 336-4935 or 492-7397 for more information.
Reboot your business with the Entrepreneurial Relief Grant. Micro and small enterprises impacted by the COVID-19. You are invited to apply for the Entrepreneurial Relief Grant from the Ministry of Finance